everybody for attending. This is a great turnout for two great speakers, so thank you for themselves and for the speakers.
What is LinkedIn to you? I've spoken to a lot, I mean a lot, of fellow networkers about this social media platform. I asked them if they're on it. Almost without exception, they answered that yes, they opened an account years before, but since they're not sure of its use or very involved with Facebook and networking, they've never done anything practical with it. It just hangs as a dark, featureless object in deep space. I honestly understand that attitude. That was my attitude till a few months ago. Necessity drove me to start methodically researching its possibilities. I found that it's a very serious tool indeed. LinkedIn takes the entrepreneur out of a local scene, limited in size and scope. Physical or personal networking is always going to be the major way most small businessmen and women expand their business reach. But how much tastier will the cake be with icing? 6 months ago, I decided I wanted more than networking. I wanted to reach out to hundreds, maybe thousands, instead of dozens. Not only in DFW, but over the whole country. I even reached out to Walt Disney Studios, and DreamWorks, Pixar, and Lucasfilm. I've connected with half a dozen creative executives at Disney. I don't know if that'll ever lead to them personally corresponding with me, let alone commissioning me with work, but I'm definitely on the Disney radar, and all because of LinkedIn. It's a work still in progress, but I already connected with almost 500 movers and shakers in my industry, mostly creative directors and producers from advertising agencies. I received 40 personal responses. Half a dozen of those executives have acknowledged my abilities and kept up conversation threads with me. It's only a matter of time before one of them calls or emails with a storyboard commission that will help with their TV or online commercial. Here's what it takes. First of all, create an online resume or website. You need to begin showing your professional story, and those are necessary adjuncts to your LinkedIn page. If you think your Facebook page is enough without LinkedIn, at least there should be a link to your resume. Number 2, build a LinkedIn page. If you already have one, buy a premium account. LinkedIn will be useless without the ability to delve into relevant names in the businesses you're researching. It's the cost of growing through LinkedIn. You can buy the premium account on a monthly basis, which costs around $60. If you take out a yearly account, it would cost around 10% less. But you have to pay the whole sum in advance. I prefer a monthly account for now, because I have the freedom to cancel it whenever I want. Number 3, be prepared to do a fair bit of writing and filling in about your profession. If you're not certain of your writing abilities, then ask a friend to help you, or at least proof it. Make sure you fill your portrait icon and banner in a captivating way that pictorializes your personality and profession. And this is the top of my page. So I have my icon, and back is a sample of my storyboard art. So if the person I'm reaching out to looks and checks my page, they'll see a storyboard right away. Those are the people I'm trying to connection with. Some information here. My tagline is right underneath my icon. So try to get a tagline in. And here's a bit of a bio, a professional bio. Tells in a very short space of a short amount of words what I do. And then I've got a few graphics in there that shows some of it shows my resume. And click on the graphic, it'll link to your actual resume page. And then I got a few graphics. Those are my immortals, which I also wanted to advertise. And then there's a video of an appreciative client. If you look to the right of my icon portrait, you'll see 3 dots and a pencil icon. By the way, you won't see those in somebody else's page. Those icons are there for you to edit whatever you wish to edit. You'll see 3 dots and a pencil icon. If you click on the pencil icon, it'll take you to your editing page. There you can fill in all your info and get directions on how to upload your media, add or delete it, and supply links. At the editing page bottom, you can see which file formats LinkedIn supports. So if you want to put in a Photoshop icon, if you are graphic, you won't be able to. It'll support like JPEG or document, maybe PDF. I'm not sure, I don't particularly remember, but you're a little bit limited. Underneath is the media area, which is for any graphic files you may have. Print and engrave is only for you to see. That's the information that LinkedIn provides for you. If you have your portfolio in a JPEG file on your desktop, you can upload it along with other important files in this space. Most of you have been in business a long time. Ask for endorsement and recommendations. They, as well as your website, resume, add to your provenance. Colleagues will be happy to give both, and you can reciprocate when the time comes. Believe me, when a prospective client checks your website, they want to see those things. They want to see somebody with a footprint. That's the person they appreciate. They want to see your business life. They want to see what you've done. It doesn't matter whether you want to be hired or you want to contact a possible client. They want to know they can trust you, even if they've never seen you and maybe never will see you. But maybe they want to give referrals. So it does cost money, but it's well worth the trouble if you're serious about starting to use your LinkedIn page the way it should be used. And the beautiful thing of it is, if you connect with a person you want to be connected to, automatically you will see their connections. So it's like going into different dimensions. It just opens up like a flower, which is amazing to me. And do ask for recommendations and give recommendations. People like to see recommendations. Create short blogs about your business world. I know there are some people who can't write. I know that. But it might be worthwhile to ask a friend to do it for you, or you can hire somebody. They're professional bloggers. That really enhances your page. Create short blogs about your business world. Comment on other people's blogs if they mean something to you. It's another way of enlarging your footprint. And it's another way to connect with potential colleagues. What you write pertaining to your business attracts like-minded professionals. If that's not your strong point, you might want to hire a copywriter to help out with that. There needs to be text somewhere. Search engines find you through text. And you really need to tell your story online. Some folks, like masseurs, chiropractors, physical trainers, etc., are definitely limited to the local scene. But most other professions, careers, have no limits to their virtual reach. Lower down the page, you will see the experience section. And that is my experience. I mix text with graphics because I'm an artist. Here's where you show your career history. You don't need graphic files. I'm a storyboard artist, so I include them. I'm a freelancer and a subcontractor, so I memorialize all of the major agencies and studios that commissioned artwork for me. And here you can add, if you have been employed, you can add the name of the business that employed you and what service you gave to that company, what official position you held over the years. And then here's another of LinkedIn's many, many facets. Well, let me go to my messaging first. Who was it who told me that, Pam, right? it's good to add a message. So I did add a message. I think it helped me a lot. I have three messages. The first one is a reach out to a complete stranger. They don't know you from Adam. Dear so-and-so, I'm a storyboard concept artist and illustrator working out of the Dallas, Texas area. I'd like to connect with you. Thank you, Dorit, and then my website URL. That's all, just simple. Those people are so busy, they don't have time, for anything more florid. And then after they've connected, I write, Dear so-and-so, thank you for accepting my invitation to connect. And then I write something a little more in-depth. I've spent my life illustrating for the corporate ad world. I've worked on a freelance basis for local and national agencies and animation studios. My areas of expertise include storyboard, board animatics, conceptual, and finished art. So then you go into a little more detail about what your service is, what kind of job you are involved with. All of my work in these disciplines is digital, and most people are looking for a digital artist these days, so I include that. I'd like to see if you can use my services and hope you'll keep my info on file. Again, short, a little more complicated, but no pressure on the prospective client. They need to know that that you're not going to harass them. In other words. And then thank you, Best Dorit Rabinovich, and then I add my URL link, and then my email and my phone number. So they got all my information. And then they'll connect with me personally, which is great, I love that. Hi, so-and-so, then I get a little more informal. I hope you're doing fine. Just a short note to see if there's anything coming up in board concept that I can help with. Thanks and best, and then my information again. And that's after they've connected with me and told me that they enjoy my work and they'd like to keep in contact with me. This is what it looks like. This is a potential client, and he's right here in Dallas. And it's an animation studio, and that was my first message to him. And then he connected with me, and this is my second message to him. And I left a couple of little samples, just small ones, so that, to accentuate the possibilities. Thank you. And then this guy answered me. He answered me, which was, wow, tremendous. Here's a couple of things a couple of notes to him. And then about a month later, I messaged him again and asked him what's doing. And here he answers me. He's got something coming up maybe in summer that I might help with. And then I answered him again that I was so happy to hear from him, and I will keep in touch. And then I had another little illustration that I just completed. Here's another of LinkedIn's many, many facets. This weekend I got a notification on my cell phone. I checked, hoping it would be yet another creative director looking at my LinkedIn page. But a little disappointment. It was a loan officer from San Diego. But then I thought to myself, this too has possibilities. If he were to connect with me, maybe such a connection would be useful to someone in Master Networks who would benefit from it. It reminds me of neurons guiding synapses to race through a human brain to create new paths. I've never felt such enthusiasm for a social media platform I started out knowing so little about. I began this virtual journey 6 months ago, completely obscure nationally. Now I feel so many pairs of eyes from every part of the nation on my LinkedIn page. How I got to this point was uniquely my way and pattern. I have a business and use the kind of logistics that may not be a good fit for the majority of entrepreneurs to copy. However, LinkedIn will accommodate everyone who's serious about exploiting it. It has so many dimensions and so many different levels and tools. All you need to do, if you think it's the right time, is start using those tools. Thank you.